Hi everyone, it's Deborah and welcome back to our heat transfer source channel. I want to talk today about adhesive vinyl and in particular our new HTS private label adhesive vinyl. So let me show you the vinyl first. These are a few of our matte colors. This is just what I grabbed from the office and brought home. And you can tell it's our private label because our initials and logo are on the back, but the colors are very rich. And that's our matte adhesive. Here's a couple of sheets of our spectrum adhesive. I think these are so much fun. I'm going to do a whole video just on spectrum because it's really cool. I mean, it glimmers and it comes off as different colors. That's our private label spectrum. And then the hologram. Our holograms are shiny and colorful with a lot of movement in them. So you can go onto our website and check it all out. Okay, now let's talk about the substrates that you can put adhesive vinyl on. Today we're going to put it on our 18-ounce stainless steel mug. We also have this in a different color. We have it small size, like a sippy cup in rose gold and silver. And we also have a stemless wine mug, which I don't have here. Hey, sorry for the interruption, but if you like what you're watching, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the bell to be notified of all new tutorials. But adhesive vinyl you can put on ceramic, you can put on almost any flat surface. Here's an iPhone, plastic, wood, other kind of wood. Today on this, I'm going to use one hologram and the rest are matte. And I'll show you the supplies that I'm using my Cricut design space, and these are the supplies I'm going to use. So it's got a cut on design space, and then I'm going to weed it with these are our Tweety lights. I'm sure you've seen me use these before. They're great for weeding, they light up. We have it in this round pick version. We also have it in a straight if you prefer a straight, and they have batteries in it that you can replace. Or if you use tweezers, we have these little lighted tweezers. And you're also going to need transfer tape, and with the transfer tape you're going to use some kind of a squeegee. This is just a plastic squeegee I have. You could also use a credit card. And I put all my weeding, the middle parts, on a lint roller just to make it easier to get it off of these things. And then I use a brayer to sometimes roll down the vinyl onto my mat because sometimes my mats are a little old and might not be as sticky. I'm going to make this stainless steel mug for my college roommate who is also a golfer, and I'm going to see her in La Jolla in a couple of weeks. So I downloaded every kind of golf image I could find on Cricut Design Space to see what might inspire me for this mug. So I chose a square from Shapes to create the design field for my mug. Design field is the area that you're going to be able to design within. And at the time I thought I was going to use a red mug, so I gave it a red color background. I decided that I wanted my flag to go the other way, so I selected all and flipped it horizontally. Next, it was time to work on text. So I went into the text box on the left rail of Design Space and typed in the top line of my copy. Then I thought it'd be a good idea just to duplicate that and continue going from there with all the rest of my copy. And that would make sure that all of my text size was the same. And then I got the big idea that I wanted to cut this golf club image in half and just use one of them. So I went into Shapes and pulled out a square. You know, you can only cut between two layers. So I pulled out a square, gave it a different color, I don't know why, and I selected all and then sliced it. I did the same thing for the other side of the other golf club, so I could have only one golf club, which made it much more complicated than it needed to be, but it was fun, and I was practicing how to slice. Next, I started obsessing on the white ampersand. And if you're a crafter too, you know how we can easily get obsessed with type. So I went through, I don't know, 20 or 30 different fonts until I finally settled on Cricut Classic. I just liked the looks of that ampersand. Once my design was finally finished, it was time to get ready to cut. So I selected all of my type and attached it so it would cut all in one piece. And because I like to cut on one mat whenever possible, I went into Color Sync and started pushing all of my little different design elements into one light colored so I could see it on one mat to cut. Next, I hit Make It, and I started arranging all of my elements on my virtual Cricut mat according to how I wanted to lay down my adhesive vinyl, remembering that we don't mirror our adhesive vinyl. I select my USB machine, and then it's time to set the materials, and I set them at light cardstock for adhesive vinyl, and I ignore where it says mirror on. And now it was time to weed the images. I like to pull my vinyl down from the top and go slowly. And of course, my Tweety light makes this so much easier. Next, I just grabbed a roll of transfer tape and cut it approximately to the size of these images and started burnishing the images onto the transfer tape. Take your time with this. If you have something that is a little reluctant to come up, just use your weeding tool or your Tweety light to nudge that image onto your transfer tape. Now comes the fun part that all we crafters love, where we get to apply our hard work onto our project. To do this, I used a hot pad for my base because I didn't want the mug to move around too much on me. Then with the squeegee, I just started burnishing the transfer tape images onto my stainless steel mug. I did this with the squeegee, I did it with my fingers and thumbs. Take your time with this because you want it to be straight and you want it to be right. But even if you make a mistake, guys, you can gently lift a piece of that adhesive vinyl with your weeding tool and reposition it if you need to. Don't be intimidated by this. Just have fun with it. Take your time. And here it is. I hope Nancy likes it. And I hope you liked this video and will consider joining our YouTube channel and subscribing. If you do, please ring the bell so you'll be notified of all new tutorials. Thanks again.